Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to go over with you how to solve radical equations. So to solve radical equations, you want to work on isolating the radical. And to isolate this radical here, we want to start by subtracting 3 to both sides. This will leave us with radical 2x minus 3 equals 8 minus 3 is 5. Now we want to work on getting rid of the square root, so that would be done by squaring both sides. So of course the square root and the square always cancel each other out, and this leaves us with 2x minus 3 equals 5 squared is simply 25. Now we're going to add 3 to both sides, and we end up with 2x equals 25 plus 3 is 28, and we'll divide by 2, and we end up with x equals 14. Now it's really important that we check to make sure that we don't have any extraneous solutions. So we'll simply just do a check here, and we get 3 plus the square root of 2 times 14 minus 3. This is supposed to equal to 8. So 2 times 14 is 28. And 28 minus 3 is simply 25. The square root of 25 is, of course, 5. And 3 plus 5 is 8. You can see this is equal to 8. And so this solution checks out. All right. Sometimes you end up getting these radical equations in exponential form. So I just want to show you how to solve those type of equations as well. We're going to start here by continuing to isolate the radical. I'm going to do that by dividing 3 on both sides. This will cancel the coefficient, and that leaves us with x plus 1 to the power of 2 over 3, and that's equal to 4 over here. Okay, so one of the important things to notice is since this is written in exponential form, we want to keep it in exponential form, but instead of rewriting it in radical form, I'm just going to go ahead and apply the reciprocal of our exponent here, which would just be to apply an exponent of 3 over 2. But what I do to one side, I want to make sure to do it to the other. Okay, what happens now is your 3's cancel, your 2's cancel, and that leaves you with x plus 1 equals 4 to the power of 3 over 2. It's important to know that you can convert this into radical form, written as the square root of 4 to the power of 3. And so 4 to the power of 3 is just the square root of 64, which the square root of 64 is 8. We want to make sure that we account for the positive and negative solution of the square root of 64. So we want to say that the square root of 64 is plus or minus 8, and that's of course equal to x plus 1. So this will give us two solutions here. We're going to say that x plus 1 could equal to 8, or x plus 1 could equal to negative 8. And we just subtract 1 to both sides, and we obtain x equals 7. And then when we subtract 1 over here, we obtain x equals negative 9. So we want to check these solutions as well. So we plug them into the original equation to make sure that they check out. Okay. As we plug them back in to make sure that they check out, we get 3 times 7 plus 1 should just be 8 to the power of 2/3 is equal to 12. And you want to just make sure that everything checks out. You can simply check this in your calculator if you'd like. We can check it by hand. Remember that this is the same thing as saying the cube root of 8 squared. 8 squared is 64. So this is cube root of 64. And then we still have that 3 in the front. The cube root of 64, we learned already, was 4. And 4 times 3 is 12. So this does, in fact, check out. I'm going to go ahead and check this one off. When we plug in negative 9, just to check everything out there, we get 3 times negative 9 plus 1 should be negative 8 to the power of 2/3. This, of course, should equal to 12. And when we do 3, the cube root of negative 8 squared, remember this is the same thing because negative 8 to the second power is also going to give us cube root of 64. And we just saw that the cube root of 64 is 4. When we multiply that by 3, we also obtain 12. So this one also checks out. I hope you're enjoying my videos. I hope this was helpful for you in solving radical equations. If there's anything you'd like to see specifically, make sure that you put some comments below and let me know what you'd like to watch or learn, and I'd be happy to post a video on it. Thank you guys for watching, and hit the subscribe button if you're liking my videos.